I'm Deb, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Yoga Bites with Deb. Today we have a class that's actually a little bit longer in length. If you did my practice last week, it was all about poses that were good for pre-hiking, so before you go for a hike. So I thought this week would be a perfect time to do some poses that are good for after the hike. And these poses, after my hikes, I like to hold them for a bit longer, which is why this class is a little bit longer. We will do poses that are going to open up through the shoulders, the back of the heart here between the shoulder blades, just in case you were holding on to a backpack and you've got a little tension there. We'll do poses to open up the back. My low back usually gets a little sore after a hike, the hamstrings, as well as the hips. My hips are always super tight. So you might want a block or two just to help support you in these postures, and maybe something to sit on. But other than that, I think you should be okay. So I hope you'll join me in a seated position. We're going to come into a seated position with the soles of our feet together and just let those feet slide forward a bit so they're not too close. And we're just going to warm up the spine, maybe hold on to the shins or the kneecaps. And inhale, you're going to lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades back, and exhale, tuck the chin and round the spine. Inhale, lift up and squeeze the shoulder blades back. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. One more. Lengthening the spine up. Inhale, extend your arms out. Exhale, right arm over the left. So you either can stay with this hug, lift the elbows up and squeeze the shoulder blades back, or eagle arms, lift the forearms up, backs of the palms come together, or maybe you can wrap the palms. So you want to make sure the elbows are up around the same line as your shoulders, and then we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades back, push the forearms away. So if you were hiking and carrying like backpacks, we're just going to stretch out between the shoulder blades here, stretch the shoulders a bit, and just breathe. Just let that tension go. And then we're going to open those arms up. Inhale, exhale, left over the right. So either your nice big hug or the eagle arms. Backs of the hands together or palms wrap around each other. Elbows up, squeeze the shoulder blades back, push the forearms away, and just breathe. Let some tension go. And then we're going to release. Good. Maybe wind those shoulders back a bit. If your neck happens to be tight, we can just tuck the chin in and bring the chin to one shoulder and then over to the other shoulder. Just nice, loosen up just a little bit. Side to side. And then we're going to turn. So we're in this bound ankle pose, but our feet are a little bit further away. You might want some props, so maybe bring some blocks close by. So I'm going to start by turning to face my right shin, and then I'm going to just walk my hands towards the right, and you could simply just tuck your chin in and hold here, or we could stack those blocks up and maybe allow your forehead to rest on the blocks. You might choose to extend that left arm a little bit further and really feel that stretch through the left side, getting into the low back, as well perhaps into your hip a little. And just lengthen out that breath. With each inhalation, we feel length. With each exhalation, just surrender.
You can exhale through the mouth if that feels good, or just keep breathing through the nostrils. Oops. Just let all that tension melt away. One more nice big breath. Maybe this time we all sigh it out. Drawing the belly in. Nice and slowly. Take your time as you come up, tucking your chin in, stacking your spine, walking those hands in. Lengthen up to center, a little bit of a pause. And then you could choose to move your blocks to the other side. And we're going to turn to face the left shin. Belly is gently in as we walk our hands forward. And again, we might bring the blocks up high to begin. And you might simply tuck your chin in, or you allow the head to rest on the block. You might extend that right arm just a little bit further just to get more sensation on that right side. Whatever feels good for you. You might notice one side feels tighter than the other. And this last breath, if you like, inhale through the nostrils and just sigh it out. Slowly walk your hands in, draw your belly in, keep your chin tucked under, and then stack the spine. As we come up to center, again, just a little pause, and then we're just going to bring it forward. So you might move your blocks in front of your toes, and we can just passively round forward. We could lengthen and then come forward, whatever feels good. You might bring the blocks onto your feet and just tuck the chin in. You might be up high, you might not come very far down, and just tuck your chin in. So whatever works for your body. And we want to observe, what is it that we're feeling? Where are we feeling it? Breathing up and down your spine. Perhaps noticing sensation in the hips, in the inner thighs, the outer hips, the low back. Take long, deep breaths. Let's just take one more big inhale and sigh it out. And then with that belly drawn in, keep your chin tucked in, walk your hands in as you stack the spine. Lift the head up, maybe roll the shoulders back. We're going to lift those legs up and stretch them out. Give them a little shake. Give them a little shake. All right. So then we're going to extend the legs a little bit wider. So wide-legged forward fold here. So I like to start with my feet flexed. You don't have to take them as wide as I do, but you want them wider than your hips. You don't want them too close. And we're just going to tilt forward. You can always sit on a rolled up blanket or something to help make sure you lengthen up, and we're going to come forward. So I like to flex my feet to begin and then walk myself forward. Again, you can use blocks. Maybe I'm going to stack my blocks up and press my elbows there and chin or forehead, whatever feels good. Some of you might have more flexibility. Maybe your forearms come down and your forehead rests any length of block. And then if you like, you can keep the feet flexed, or we could just relax them. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release. So getting into, again, the backs of our legs, but perhaps also feeling it in your along your spine, into the low back, into those inner thighs, into the groin. Making sure you're comfortable and surrendering. And let's just do one more nice big inhale. And sigh it out. And then plant your hands. Belly is in. Tuck the chin. Stack the spine. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Lengthen up. Let's help the knees in. Keep the feet wide. Hands behind you. Just a few windshield wipers. Drop the knees from side to side. And we're going to end with our double pigeon. Great hip opener here, like the outer hips, which I find always get really tight when I hike. So I know maybe double pigeon might not be available to you. There are other options. So if you can't do the double pigeon, you can try, you're going to cross your shins, flex your feet. You're not going to bring the feet in close. You're going to bring them wider away from you, but then you're going to narrow the stance and bring so your feet are underneath your knees. And then we'll come forward. That might work better for you, so then you can use that. Or let's take this right foot on the bottom, flex it, so lining up ankle with knee, and maybe you bring a block in front of your shin and you lay your left shin on top of that block. Maybe that'll work for you. Or the full pose, you get your ankle on top of your knee, knee on top of your ankle. So it's not foot onto the calf, right? See if you can get it right up onto the ankle, then you're really going to get that good stretch. And then, again, use props if you want to come forward, but you might be sitting up here and go, wow, that's a lot of sensation. I don't need to move. And maybe you just tuck your chin in and hold here. Or maybe you tilt forward and you go, whoa, that's better. That's more sensation. I want to stay here. Or maybe you want to round forward. And again, let's focus on the breath. softening, going deeper when your body opens up. So I've removed a block. One more nice inhale. Sigh it out. Belly is in as we slowly walk up. And we're just going to go to the other side using whatever variation works for you. Crossing at your ankles, bringing your feet underneath your knees. Left foot on the bottom, right foot maybe on the block, right shin, I should say, on the block, or right ankle on top of the left knee, right knee on top of the left ankle. Staying upright, so my feet are flexed, stay upright, or tilt forward, tuck the chin in, or bow all the way down. And just focus on that breath. Each exhalation, just think of surrendering and letting the tension go. One last inhale. Sigh it out. And then slowly, slowly, slowly coming up and crossing your legs, maybe extending them, giving them a little shake. And that was our yoga bite for today, a way to help you recover from your hike. There are other poses that I sometimes do that I can do. If you're interested in them, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I hope this helped to release some tension from those hips, from the back, from your hamstrings, from the shoulders, and the upper back. So I thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Have a great day.